Hello and welcome to Jessie James Beads. Today we're working with an ice cream bead mix in triple berry. Really beautiful berry infused colours there. This bead mix comes with a lovely long length of some gorgeous chain. Today we're going to work towards making a bookmark. So it's a lovely cheerful flower design with a flat segment to sit between the pages of your book, and then down the spine of the book you can add these charms on to reflect the nature of the design inside. I have a 12-inch length of 18 gauge round wire. I'm working with raw copper, but you can choose and pick which colour you work with. Gold would be really nice with the chain in this mix. So the first thing I'm going to do is to just warm through that length of wire. If you have access to 16 gauge would be really useful. First thing I'm going to do is just warm through the full length of that wire to make it nice and pliable. Now I'm holding on to the very end of that wire with my pliers just so I get a good grip. It means that I can make this really super warm and fluid. We do want the wire to be fluid, so I'm just going to trim away the very end section. Now you can use multi-step bail makers, your standard round nose pliers. I'm going to use my memory wire finishing pliers, and I'm going to use the larger side to create the large flower that's going to sit inside the book. I'm going to start about 1/4 of an inch from the end and just create a small loop that comes back on itself. This is going to be the size of each of the petals, and I'm going to make 5 petals on this flower. Now if you think that it's a little bit long, you can just trim away the end just like so. I'm going to work with what we've got, and I'm going to turn that petal into one of 5 by drawing that wire strongly back on itself. Now I'm going to very softly pinch together that little hairpin that we've created with the tip of my pliers. If you're a little bit harsh with this, the wire will twist so that one sits on top of the other, and we want them to sit side by side, so you can either grip with a set of flat facing pliers or just hold that firmly whilst you tighten that hairpin up slightly. I'm then going to bring in my chosen round form again. Don't worry about that end bit, we can bring that closer in just a moment. Now I've got quite a long length of wire to work with here today, so I'm just going to bring that back round on itself so that it doesn't send all of those beads flying. I'm going to grip on the continuation of wire that's passing by that first petal. I'm just going to rotate my round form round until those petals are approximately the same size. If it's too small, as you can see, this one is a little bit small, you can just rotate that in the opposite direction, give it a bit of a wiggle, and you can make that longer. The next thing we're going to do is to repeat the exact same process. So grip across that wire, push the wire back on itself to create a hairpin, get that nice and flat, grip firmly. Let me just grab a second pair of pliers to show you what I mean. So you can grip across the whole form if you need to, so that you can pinch up that hairpin in the middle there. If you have decent grip strength, you don't need to overly worry about that, but it's just something to help if you need a little bit of extra oomph. So let's grab in those round form. In my instance, I'm using the memory wire finishing pliers, and I'm going to draw that all the way around until I create my 3rd petal. It actually makes up remarkably quick once you get into the swing of it. So bring that wire back again, and we're just making an elongated pear shape each time to generate 5 of these petals. Let's draw that one back round again, bring that back into the middle. You can take a little more time than I am right now to ensure that your petals are all the same size, and if you want to have 7 petals, you go right ahead and create 7 petals. I think it looks nicer when you have an odd number of petals. It's quite common in nature. So once we've created our 5th petal on this floral design, I'll show you how to bring that all together. So bring that all the way around. If you feel that you wanted to fill that flower with more petals, then go right ahead. I'm just going to bring that wire back on itself one more time and just leave it in a straight line coming away. I'm going to pinch this, but nowhere near as firmly as before. I just want to draw it slightly closer together, but I don't want to push this piece of wire that's coming away all the way down the stem too hard, or it goes too close to the petal itself. So you can just now bring that around, open it up slightly to get an even spacing on those petals. And if you feel that you needed to trim that last little bit where we started away, you absolutely can. I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to lift it very gently up, bring in my flush cutters and just trim away really the tiniest amount and then bring that beginning point back around. So you've got nice evenly spaced petals. And then I'm going to bring that wire down in a straightish line. Doesn't matter if it's not completely straight. Now I made quite a diminutive version here to use in a notebook, but you can bring that wire down. We're working with a 12-inch length of wire. So you have the option to make quite a long stem if that works with the size of book you have in mind. So when I get down as long as I want that stem to be, I'm going to bring the wire sharply up again. Run that between thumb and forefinger just to warm it through slightly. And then I'm going to choose how large a spiral I want at this end. So I'm going to trim away a couple of inches from the end there, which we're going to use in a second to make a repeated floral design to go on the other end of the chain. I'm now going to use the smaller side of my memory wire finishing pliers. Let's just make sure that that is a nice flush cut on the end there. And I'm going to create the centre of a spiral. If I bring that all the way around, you can see we've got best part of a circular form, but I haven't pushed it up too tightly because I want that spiral to be slightly open. Now, you don't have to have a spiral on the end if you don't want to, but it does pay to ensure that there are no sharp ends sticking out because books are precious and we don't want to tear the pages or mark them overly. So you can just create a nice open spiral by bringing that around. If you're working with an 18 gauge wire like I am today, you may like to hammer this to give it some extra rigidity. If you have access to 16 gauge wire, then it's really a very nice way to make a strong piece without having to hammer it. So I'm just going to very gently tap on the design. What I'm going to do is to hold the beginning point and the end point of that flower . As I strike down on those upper 3 petals, and you can see that the flower will open up slightly, but if you don't hold the beginning and end point, it opens up a little bit more than that. So once you've got that looking as even as you want it to be, that's not super even, so I'm just going to pinch those 2 slightly closer together and open this one out. Now I'm being incredibly gentle as I'm doing this, because as you're hammering the wire, you're making it firmer to hold its position, but you're also risking shattering this if you're too rough. So just be gentle when you're opening that design up. I think I'd quite like a slightly sharper point down at the bottom, so before I commit that to the hammer fully, I'm going to just pinch that up slightly. And there we have the main body of the design. Now, if that's where you wanted to stop it, you absolutely can, but I want to work with these beautiful beads. So I have around about 4 inches of that 18 gauge wire. And what we're going to do is make a teeny tiny version of the petal head of our flower design. So we're going to make sure that that's nice and warm. It has seen a little bit of work, so it may have hardened up slightly. And this time I'm going to use the smaller side of those memory wire finishing pliers. So for reference, the small side is 2mm, the large side is 4mm. Starting with a flush cut, we're going to repeat the exact same process, but on a much more diminutive scale. So we're just going to make a small floral charm for the outside of our bookmark. Bringing that wire back on itself. Now what we don't want to do is pinch this up too tightly just yet. I'm going to close up that first petal, but before I pinch the next one to it, I'm going to create the second petal in the design. So if I bring that all the way around, you can see we've got a very open design there. Once you've got that petal formation, let me just flatten that down. You can draw them slightly closer together. It just becomes increasingly difficult the smaller you make them. So we're going to make the next bend and follow the exact same process as we did with the large floral design. But before we pinch that up, we'll make the next petal along. So just draw that around until it's about the same size. Nobody's going to be checking whether they're identical. Once it's flat, you can just draw them slightly closer together. Bring the wire back out again. Looks a little bit like a cloud. Draw that up. We'll create the next petal before we move on to the one after. Draw that all the way around across the centre of your floral design. Give it a tiny pinch before you start bringing those 2 petals together, like so. and then bring the wire out again to make the final petal in the design. And again, before you pinch up the hairpin segment, we're going to make that last petal in the flower all the way back across the middle. And let's just bring that out again and bring those last two petals slightly closer together. Get that to sit nicely, and then give that a little bit of a hammer in exactly the same way. And again, don't pinch too hard on this section. You want it to be nice and close, but not coming back too strongly in one direction. Again, you have the option to just open up those petals slightly to make them a little more even. And then when you're ready, you can just pinch that up slightly. Draw the wire away in a fashion that makes you happy, and we'll add a little bit of work hardening on that flower. So you can see when you're hammering, it does open that design up. So we're just going to pinch that back until it sits exactly how you want it to, and then we shall add on some beads. So that's the bead order I ended up on. I think that looks lovely. What we're going to do now is to just turn a small standard simple loop on the end of that bead stack. So I'm going to protect the last bead in the stack and turn the wire away. And I'm going to create a small simple loop by using the small side of my memory wire finishing pliers. You could use bell makers or your standard round pliers. I'm then going to cut that wire across at the point where it crosses over the angle change, and then just flatten that down. So we're going to add that onto a length of chain, which will attach to the top of that floral bookmark. Now, talking of the chain, this is a brass chain, so don't use your standard flush cutters for this project. Use some hardened steel cutters. So I've got some steel cutters here. I'm going to go for a similar length of around about 3 to 3.5 inches in length. Try to find the weakest point on the chain link and just get in there and snip, making sure that you keep your eyes safe. Once you've made a snip in that chain link, you can open it up and discard the link, and you've still got loads of chain left to play with. So I've now got my length of chain, and I'm going to add on my charm to the end. Make sure that your simple loop is nice and strong before you open it up. Open it like a jump ring, so only ever opening half of the round form. Add on your charm to the end of the chain. Close that up neatly, and then we're going to grab in one of these lovely golden jump rings. And again, when you're opening jump rings, the professional way to do it is with 2 pairs of pliers, not just with your fingers. Make sure that that's a really nice, good fit. If you can hear the little snicked noise as the ends cross over, you know that's fitting nicely. So I'm just going to open that up and add it to the end of my flower. If you prefer, you could feed it in from the very end of that floral design, or you can use one of these lovely jump rings. Get that to sit closed up. And again, using 2 pairs of pliers will give you a professional finish. Make sure that those 2 ends are absolutely connected, and then you have got your cheerful flower bookmark. Now, as I mentioned, you can add a number of these charms onto the end of the chain, but just make sure that that has a nice balance to it. So I've got a slightly shorter bookmark with 2 charms, slightly longer bookmark with a single charm. The colours in this ice cream bead mix are absolutely beautiful. This is Triple Berry, but I also like Blue Moon. So thanks so much for joining us here at Jessie James Beads. We look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye bye.